Welcome to ASTV's episode of the Goldeyes Show, brought to you by the Common inside the Forks here at beautiful Shaw Park, as the Goldeyes are at home still for this remaining series against Chicago when they take on Milwaukee to end off the week. Before they head on the road to Sioux City, the Goldeyes will be back in time for Canada Day and those beautiful fireworks extravaganzas we sure will to see July 1. Winnipeg Goldeyes are sitting in third place currently, 17-12 record, having a bit of a start here in the last 10, going 4-6, but nonetheless still competing. In the Northern Division, we have the St. Paul group at 21-10, Chicago at 17-11, sitting above these Winnipeg Goldeyes, and they're really the only two teams that have been pulling ahead. Everyone else in the division has been sitting around 5-5 over the last 10 games. Should be a pretty good tilt for the remainder of the weekend, and we look forward to talking with several of the players, including catcher Kevin Garcia, who talks about the relationship once again, not only with the pitchers, but he also brings a little insight with the umpire and measuring up and framing a pitch. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to talking with Kevin. As well, we'll hear from Steve Schuster and our second best seat in the house later on, here on the Goldeyes Show, brought to you by the Common inside the Forks.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Caisse Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Caisse Financial Group today.
Here on the Goldeyes Show on ASTV, brought to you by the Common and the Forks. With me now is sort of veteran, year and a half in the Goldeyes, Kevin Garcia, starting catcher. Kevin, I got to ask you, English is your second language, right?
Yeah.
So how is it to communicate with some of these pitchers? Mostly signs, mostly discussions? They understand the basic lingo with what's going on behind the back?
It is my second language, but I've been in the States for like almost 18 years. Studying and I was lucky enough to go to private school in the States and stuff. Hard work with my parents and it's a big thing being bilingual. We got a couple guys that are Latin, a couple guys that are American. Yep. I don't know French, so
that was trouble.
Hopefully we don't get any French.
Two languages, that's it. There we go.
Being bilingual is actually, I think it's really, really big. Being a catcher.
Sure. So growing up, you said you were Southern States, California?
Yeah.
18 years, private school. Tell me where Kevin Garcia came from and how he became a Winnipeg Goldeye last year.
Oh, well, coming from Calexico, I was playing with the Blue Jays, get released, and then I get picked up by the Twins, and then get released again. Rick calls me and offers me an opportunity, to do something I haven't done in pro ball, which is to be a starter.
Yeah.
And then to me, that was the one thing that got me, Not only is the city beautiful and he sold the city really nice, but having the opportunity to actually, when you get drafted and stuff, you think, I'm going to play a lot, blah, blah, but it goes by the round you were drafted, the prospects that are in front of you, and it's a lot of politics and stuff. But when he told me I was going to be I could have a chance to be the starter, I was hands down probably the best option.
Now, I watched you last year before you got injured, and we'll talk about that, the prior to the injury. You're quick behind the home plate. Like, you're fast. You get that ball out of the mitt fast to second, or you try to sneak that guy at first. What other great attributes do you bring behind the plate for this organization?
I think being a catcher, I think the umpire-catcher relationship is huge. I try to get on their best side, try to see what they like, what they don't like, if they're in a good mood or if they're in a bad mood, get them in a good mood, But I think my pitch calling improved a lot since I became a catcher. My framing improved a lot. I take pride on my defense a lot.
Yeah.
I take a lot of pride in my defense more than my offense. So I don't know. I feel like just as a catcher, you have to be. You're kind of set up to be a leader.
Sure.
So just having that that mentality, that mindset of it's I gotta be the guy and I gotta get the pitcher to trust me and whatnot. So I think I don't think there's one specific attribute. I think it's a package that you have to have as a catcher.
So you mentioned two key words. I want to go to definition lane right now. You mentioned the word framing.
Yeah.
Explain to our audience, what does framing mean to you as a catcher?
It's keep strikes and try to steal as many
balls in the strikes?
Balls in the strike, yeah.
Okay. So I thought that was where we were going with that. And the second thing you brought up was the relationship between a catcher and an umpire.
Yeah.
I mean, no one really thinks about that. I mean, they're kind of like the guy that tries to make the game as fair as possible.
Absolutely.
And you're the one that pretty much handles 80 to 85% of the play behind the plate, like you and the other catcher on the other team. What happens when you have a great response with an umpire? Do they help you out as much as possible?
They do, or they won't mess. I don't want to say mess up, but like you said, they try to help you as much as possible. You know, we're out there to protect them, and they appreciate that. You know, a block can go a long ways.
Absolutely.
Instead of just trying to pick it, you know, blocking a ball with no one on, or just treating them with respect, as you always should. You know, could give you that call in the 8th, 9th inning where you really need it, and it's borderline where he's like, you know what, you know.
You need that.
Yeah.
I got to ask this other question. So trips to the mound.
Yeah.
How many of those are Skip's call? How many of those are your call? And when do you think that it's the most important to go out to the mound and say, hey, whoever's pitching for you, what do you talk about?
I think as soon as Skip goes out, that's his call. You know.
For sure.
I have to read the pitcher. I have to, like I said, I have to have a relationship with the pitcher to know when he's getting tired, know when he's struggling, know when he needs a little break, know when he needs a little, you know, pat in the back or a little, gotta get on him. But most of those are when I feel that the pitcher needs a little bit of a break, you know, a little bit of a space out, try to not focus too much. He's too tense, he's tunnel vision. You know, this sport it's 90% mental and 10% ability, you know.
Yeah.
When I think they're drifting away from their objective, you know, it's time. Hey, let's get back to it. Let's get this pitch right here. Get a double play. You're a pitch away. Boom.
So it's kind of like a reset button for the pitcher to say, you know what, we're rushing pitches. We're throwing too hard, or we're not concentrating. It's like, hey, let's hit that speakeasy button. Let's get back to level 1. Let's get back on the same page, kind of thing.
Yeah. When you're an independent ball, we're all here for a reason. We need to improve in a lot of stuff. And as a catcher, I think that pitchers are here because not only I don't want to say they don't trust their stuff, but they just want to make their stuff that's nastier, you know. And they just need to trust it. They need to understand that they were drafted for a reason. They're playing professional baseball for a reason, and trust what they have. Not do less, not try to do more. Just be you, and be the pitcher that you were meant to be.
So last year at the end of the season, or midway through the season, we got injured.
Yeah.
And how's that injury holding up? How did we rehab it to become even stronger at the beginning of this season?
We worked a lot. I was blessed enough to have Derek, our trainer last year, and Dr. Longstaff on my corner, and Russ, and I had a really good rehab team back home with Ivy Synergy Sports. My buddy Luis and his wife Amanda took care of me. Not want to say they're my best friends, regardless, but they took care of me, and they actually, you know, made time for me and whatnot. But it was tough. It was tough. You know, heartbreaking injury. Having probably the best season I've had as a professional player, swinging the bat good and feeling really good, and for that to happen, it's just it was heartbreaking. But as soon as I go to surgery, they tell me it's going to be a year. My mindset is no, this is going to be 5 to 6 months tops. Yeah. So get the surgery. Let's go. We get it on July 4th, I believe, and then after that was July 5th. I was at the gym. I was working on my upper body. I was trying to find ways to work on something that was going to help me, not only get rid of the mindset of I'm injured, you know, like I'm out, to distract myself, but also to get strong, like you said, for this year. It took, I want to say 4 months before I started sprinting. In December, I come here and get cleared. So I was clear, so after December, they gave me that green light. It was full on.
Fabulous. So you really took it on upon yourself to take that goal of 1 year and dropping it down as much as possible to show this team that, you know, hard work does pay off.
Yeah. I was trying to play winter ball, to be honest with you.
Wow, down in New Mexico?
Yeah, I was trying to get ready to probably play a month or a couple of weeks of winter ball.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun.
But you're back now.
Yeah.
About a month into this season, you're strong, you're holding up, you're doing a great job. And I have to say, I'm going to give you kudos, Kevin, because I've talked to about 4 or 5 of the pitchers thus far in our show, and every one of them said the importance of the relationship between them and you being the starting catcher and giving them that opportunity to control and give them that bit of relaxation behind the plate. So congratulations on that from
Appreciate
the
that.
players.
Appreciate that.
What's the best part of Winnipeg you like so far? What brought you back?
I
Besides the
love
contract, what's besides? I mean, you're down in Mexico. I mean, I love Mexican food. I love Southern California food, number one. And the beaches are gorgeous.
Honestly, the guys.
Yeah?
You know, being in the clubhouse, that's the one thing one of the coaches told me one time. You know what? When baseball's taken away from you, it's not the baseball part you're gonna miss. It's gonna be the clubhouse. You're hanging out with the boys and you know, messing around and whatnot. But we had a good. I mean, Reggie took me under his wing, and I mean, as soon as I found out he was coming back, I said, I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know, get a group set of guys, and the fans love us, and regardless of if we win or lose, they're cheering us on, and they're not nasty like most of the other fans in the other cities. They're really good. They're really good. They treat us with respect and whatnot. But everything, man, I love the city. I really enjoy the city.
Yeah.
I really don't like the snow, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna come back.
That's
in
why winter
December.
ball. That's why winter ball down south is good.
But no, I love the guys. We have a great group of guys right now. A lot of great chemistry, no animosity, just everyone having each other's back. It's like we're a big family.
Okay, so growing up in Southern California, I've visited there. I've lived there for about 8 years myself. Every Mexican restaurant's called something Berto's, Alberto's, Rigoberto's, Donaberto's.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Berto Mexican restaurant, or
See,
is it your mom's? Or is it your mom's
It's
cooking?
mom
So
and
forget about it
mom
then.
and
Okay.
grandma. Mom and grandma's
Okay.
cooking. Yeah.
So
100%.
later on, we can get a recipe of carne asada.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if my mom is gonna get. I know my grandma won't. I'll try to get it from my mom.
I've got my own recipe, and I tell you, it's pretty darn good. But I miss true street tacos from the 619 and from the deep south. So
Absolutely.
Kevin Garcia on ASTV, the Goldeyes Show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate
Good
it.
luck with the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you later on.
Sounds good.
This has been Theo with ASTV at the Goldeyes Show, brought to you by the Common Inside the Forks.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
Here on the Goldeyes Show, brought to you by the Common Inside the Forks, 45 Markets Way. Joining me today, relief pitcher, right-handed pitcher, Tyler Garkow. Congratulations on the first month of the season. It's finally done. Big breath, big relief. There you go.
Thank you.
How has your first month with the Goldeyes been so far, Tyler?
So far, so good. You know, we started off strong, real strong. I don't think we dropped a series for the first 5. Almost swept a few teams, but we didn't quite get that. We stumbled just here a little bit here and there, but you know, we're a good team. We got a good staff, good hitting, veteran guys. So we're gonna be all right.
I guess the biggest question is for our fans watching is, who is Tyler Garkow? Where'd you come from? What'd you do? What brought you to Winnipeg?
Well, I'm from California, Los Angeles area. Went to school in San Diego.
San Diego State or UCSD?
Actually, a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Point Loma Nazarene University.
Gotcha.
A little Christian school down overlooking the ocean. So it's nicknamed the most scenic ballpark in America. Go ahead and look it up.
I will.
It's pretty nice.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I love the beach, man. I'm glad it's warmer weather right now, but I'm missing the water.
So you grew up in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
714-310-323?
626.
626, okay.
Yeah, more San Gabriel Valley.
Okay, I know I was a 714-949 kid when I was living down there, so
Okay.
I kind of have an idea what's going on. And it is the most scenic ballpark in the States. By far, outdoes Petco by a million miles. How did you get the call up to come to Winnipeg from a small college like that in San Diego?
Well, I've been in indie ball for a while, so I paid my dues in other places. I played in Quebec last year, actually Trois-Rivières, in the Can-Am, and had a decent season there. I reached out to Rick, a former player here. One of my buddies from back home actually lives 5 minutes from me, Cameron McVeigh, former player.
Cam.
Yeah. I talked to him all the time, and he got me in contact with Rick, and or gave me his information, and we just kind of went from there and worked out a little contract, and here I am.
Cam's a big dude. He's got some big shoulders.
He does.
He can throw the ball a million miles out as well.
Yeah, he can. And
Have you always been a pitcher, Tyler?
I mean, I've always thrown it.
Okay.
Growing up, shortstop, center field,
Okay.
and then we always threw guys that can throw strikes in. So I mean, I've always been a pitcher, but I've also played other positions. I didn't stick to just pitching until I went into college.
Okay.
I hit in high school, so.
That's good. So in high school, you still had a bit of hitting.
Yeah.
Think Rick might call you in for a pinch hit once in a while, or is that something?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Okay.
No,
Doesn't have the bat no more, but he's got the arm.
Yeah, it's a reserve for Brandon Bingle.
Brandon's got the call. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if he gets the call on later dates.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, how do you prepare knowing that you're coming in relief? Does it matter what the scenario is, whether it's you're up a couple runs, you're down a couple runs, you're going in there to just get some action? Do you prepare the same all the time, or is it something you look at each scenario and prepare as is?
That's a good question. For the most part of my life, I've been a starter. So my relief appearances have been somewhat new in the past couple seasons. And right now my role is long relief.
Okay.
I know that. Every now and then I'll get one of the shorter, close games, but it's typically when the starter is kind of getting in trouble early, or kind of we're up or down by a lot and they need to bridge the gap, save the pen and stuff like that. But I mean, I go into it thinking that I'm going to get in every game. If I think that I'm not going to get in, that's when bad things happen.
Understandable. So you're able to go those quick innings as 1 or 2 innings, but you could go the length of 5 or 6 if asked upon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right on. So growing up, you hit. Who was your favorite hitter growing up?
Favorite hitter growing up? I liked a few, but as a Dodger fan, when I was a little kid, Mike Piazza was one of the guys that I loved watching. Some Sean Green moments. So I mean, strictly Dodgers.
Strictly Dodgers. So
Yeah.
mentioning Tony Gwynn is a blasphemy.
You know what?
TG?
Well, I mean, he's the best. I think he's the best hitter of all time.
Yeah.
Look at his numbers. He may not have the power numbers, but he's got basically everything else.
He does, yeah.
If you look at his stats against Greg Maddux, he's the only guy that couldn't strike out against him.
The definition of lighting him up is an understatement, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So as a pitcher, who do you emulate your game like now? I mean, is there a right-handed pitcher you kind of look up towards still?
Right now it's Scherzer. I love the way he throws. I'd try to throw a little bit more like him. It hasn't really worked out. I don't get that 96 to 90, 98, but you know what? I mean, love the way he attacks people. Love his off-speed stuff. He's a great pitcher, and he shows it every day.
And you're not showing a black eye like he is in
No,
recent
no.
days. You have better BP, I think, if you ever get a chance.
Oh yeah, I can bunt.
You can bunt? Okay,
definitely.
at least you can bunt. Okay. Tyler, I got to ask you, what's your favorite food before a game? What do you kind of go for? Besides Clubhouse, whatever they serve you for lunch, what's your go-to?
Pre-game, not too big. Turkey sandwiches are always good then, but I'm more of the night before, morning of.
Okay.
Night before, it used to be always some sort of pasta, get some carbs in, and then in the morning, love oatmeal, eggs, and toast. That's what I love.
Oatmeal, egg, and toast. That's a winning combination.
That's right.
I'm going to end it on this. What's your best part about being part of Winnipeg Goldeyes this year, and what's the most fun you had?
Honestly, the amount of fans that are here and the people, how they respect us. It's awesome. We're not just regular people that just come in. They believe we're almost big leaguers, and they treat us like we are that. And we give them the same respect back. Let them know that thanks for coming out every time. And without them, I mean, this place wouldn't be as good as it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, thanks for joining us here on ASTV, and good luck the rest of the second part of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you at the end of the year as well.
Thank you very much.
This is Theo Tutkaluk with ASTV, brought to you by the Common Inside the Forks.
Are you looking for a career in the salon industry? Check out Aveda Institute Winnipeg in the Exchange. What sets us apart is our student mentorship program, 95% placement rate after graduation, real-world salon experience, and network of 7,000 salons and spas. You will learn creative cut and coloring, latest trends and techniques, social media marketing, fashion shows, photo shoots, and more. Now accepting applications for 2018, so check us out and book your tour today. Aveda Institute Winnipeg. Hair school the way it should be.
So that brings us to another installment of the Goldeyes Show here at beautiful Shaw Park. I gotta say, this is the part of the concourse that I visit most, only because my son loves hitting the TCBY radar detector, seeing how fast he can throw the ball. As well, my favorite part is the craft beer corner, which is lots of great little beers here from all around Manitoba, brought to you here in the Shaw Park. Not to say that the rest of the concourse is beautiful, but this part is outdoors. It's got the beautiful sun shining on you, and it's fantastic. So today's episode, we had a chance to talk to the relief pitcher, Tyler Garkow, and as well Kevin Garcia, explaining the relationship and what brought them to Winnipeg, and more importantly, what they like best about being in the Goldeyes organization, and what it means to feel that camaraderie and that homage in the clubhouse for these players and why they love baseball so much. We look forward to meeting with you later on and joining us on our next episode of the Goldeyes Show.